Hey Marlene, how are you? Oh, it must be hard being back at work after a nice holiday. This is a big week for you. Exam on Saturday, I think. You've worked so hard, unbelievably hard. Just absolutely amazing. Looking at the balance of this essay, okay, just looking at the shape of it, it's quite a long intro. I mean, is there anything in the intro we can just cut down a tiny bit so that this is a bit more balanced? Doesn't really matter, but quite nice to have them all quite balanced. Have this a bit shorter, I mean, and these two longer. Let's go. Okay, a bit over time. Children can learn many things from watching films or movies. What are some of the different things they can learn? Are lessons always good for them? Very interesting, especially because you have a daughter. You're kind of exposed to this, aren't you? With advanced CGI technology, movie companies have succeeded in producing a variety of films for children. Fantastic. Whether the presented contents are always beneficial for the young viewers or sometimes also disadvantageous is frequently discussed by parents and educators. Amazing. I believe that special productions for children are, moreover, a chance to learn positive habits like friendship and assistance. Not moreover, however. And it must be in commas there. I'll tell you why in a minute. Nonetheless, movies which contain strong language or violence should not be accessible to them due to their various negative effects. I think that could probably come at the start of your second paragraph. I'm just going to put that in a different colour for a moment. I think we might move that. Because that is a very strong start to here. Okay, and then that would just shorten that a little bit. So, with advanced CGI, movie companies have succeeded perfect in producing a variety of films for children. Whether the presented contents are always beneficial for young viewers or sometimes also disadvantageous. Now, this I'm just going to question. It can't be also disadvantageous because also suggests it goes with this. It's an additional point, and it's not. It's a contrasting point. Or sometimes you could go potentially damaging, or better might be disturbing. I don't think the content of a film could be disadvantageous, but it could be damaging or disturbing. So I think that works better. Potentially means possible. It's frequently discussed. Lovely. I believe that special productions for children are, however, so not moreover. So moreover would be backing up the negative point, a chance to learn positive habits. Yeah, that's a fantastic intro. Okay, so the only technical things the examiner would pick up is that word choice and that linking word. Okay, this, I think you can hold it. So since the invention of television, many producers have also specialised in entertaining. So we specialise in entertaining. That's ing. Okay, they're young audiences. Besides entertainment, movies for children like cartoons, adventure films or animated films are furthermore created to educate children about different situations and sufficient behaviour. Sufficient, correct, expected. That's interesting, isn't it? Conformist? No, maybe a bit. Look up that word, conformist. It means doing what society wants you to do, but that could be a bit strong. I think I'd go expected behaviour. Sufficient is what is enough. Here is what is expected. It's slightly different. This is because don't have a comma here. Okay, really important. So that's a big mistake. Don't put a comma there. Keep me going. This is because young consumers especially, yes, are capable of internalising viewed context and developing their own view towards others. Good. Now you've got viewed and viewed. You could have maybe opinion or attitude towards others. Therefore, children's movies are often involve, you don't need are, often involve Friendship, assistance to those less fortunate, and empathy. Good. A Swedish study now shows 10 children have learned positive assessed behaviour from recently seen TV programmes. Good. Positively, that's a really, really good paragraph. That's fabulous writing. It's really intelligent. I know you're a very intelligent lady. It is a really interesting comments you're making in a foreign language, super high level. I really like style-wise. You've got this perfect. Your tenses are excellent today. This have also specialised. So you've got present perfect here with here. Here we go. Have learned. Absolutely accurate on this. Brilliant. I changed that word there. That's punctuation. And here, I think just type in. Yeah. Children's movies often involve. However, critics argue that access to a variety of movies might have detrimental effect on children. Okay. You could bring this in here. And that. Here we go. Ta-da! Don't you think that works nicely there? And that movies which contain strong language or violence should not be accessible. Okay? Strong point, and for me that balances out the shape of the essay better. This means that adult theme material that often involves scenes of violence, horror, sexual topics. A variety of movies which might have detrimental, it's noisy out there, effects on children. This means that especially adult theme material often that adult theme. I think you need to have here which often involves scenes of violence throughout and is not often sufficiently protected. Okay, not especially. Okay, this means particularly you want. Particularly adult theme material and take that out, involving scenes of violence, horror, and here you need which are not often sufficiently protected for authorised viewers. Okay, so let me show you. I think it's just the complexity of this. This means particularly. Now watch out, because you like the word especially. You use that quite a lot. Sometimes you mean particularly, which means just these ones. Particularly adult theme material, comma, involving scenes of violence, horror, sexual topics, which are often not sufficiently protected for authorised viewers. When consumed by children, these kind of movies might lead to drastically harmful effects in them. Not them, which is the children, like anxiety, aggressive behaviour, or even trauma. Consequently, adult movies have been banned for youngsters by most societies, and new releases will be viewed and rated absolutely. Most watching juries have strictly ruled out movies for younger children when considering it as too impairing. Impairing is possible, but better would be inappropriate. Inappropriate. Or unsuitable. Oh, you've used suitable. Inappropriate would be a better one. What a very, very good paragraph. Again, just that one I was a bit confused by the word order, but that's probably me, not you. To conclude, I firmly think children should have positive lessons from movies. Nonetheless, I agree they should be specially designed. Absolutely. Educative. Educated or evaluative would be even better. Okay, so we've got some really good vocab here. I'm just going to write down some of this vocab. So evaluate, or evaluative is the adjective, and obviously evaluator is the person. That's a good one. Inappropriate. Or appropriate. I mean, really useful for all sorts of IELTS topics, particularly is not the same as especially. What else do we have on vocab? Here, expected behaviour, or conform. I do think conformist is a bit different. Or the got it. Behavioural norms. Yeah, behavioural norms, what we expect. Okay, but what a good essay. You are writing at such a high level. You really are. Potentially damaging or disturbing. I'm really, really impressed by all this. I mean, it's absolutely excellent, excellent writing. What I'm going to do is enclose for you again the score bands, so how they mark it, because I think that will help you have a look at what they're looking for. But in terms of this whole thing of frequent error-free sentences, fully answering the question, variety of vocab and grammar, you're absolutely on it. Yeah, super good. So here, a mini little table you found. A table compares the proportion of 6 different family models who are affected by low income and poverty. Units measured in percentage. Okay. So you've got single-aged people, aged couple, single no children, couple no children, still parent. Okay. Proportion of each person from the household living in poverty. Okay. Overall, the majority of all examined cases with insufficient income, good, was taken by, the majority was taken by solo parents, singles with no children, whereas elderly were less threatened, good. The average of all households who are affected by poverty is 11% of, which corresponds to a total of, good. The most affected category was solo parents, who registered slightly over a fifth, which is nearly double the amount of couples without children and 4 times more than that of elderly people. Good. Also notably, singles with no children living in poor circumstances accounted for 19%, which represented the second highest group, still being 3 times more affected than single. Couples with children and also with none comprised of 19% summed together. You don't need comprise of, just comprise, which reached the same figure, which reached or totaled or equaled the same figures as. So you want as there, that of single households with no children respectively. Wow. Absolutely amazing. You are so good. I'm just unbelievably impressed at your hard work. When you look back at your original essays and when you look back at what you're doing now, I hope you agree with me that this is a different level. It's absolutely excellent. Now you've got to go nail it in the exam. The question that my students had last week was about leaving school at 18. Should students leave school at 18 or not? To what extent, or I think it was like a statement. Students should stay at school until at least 18. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So maybe write that one for me if you want to do another one. And they had a map, so changes in a village over time. Dream. I mean, I think those are both lovely questions. But have a look at a map question maybe, passives and geography. But I'll leave it up to you. You're choosing some good titles. I'll give you another title as well, which someone else has just written, which I thought was hard, but really, really good.